Hello, hello. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yo, what up? How's everybody doing? How you doing, y'all? Thanks for stopping by. I know we got some people on Instagram already. But yeah, how's everybody doing? How's your Tuesday going? We're just signing CDs today. Yeah, normally, should I pack orders right now? We should probably sign CDs because I need more Monster Zero covers. But yeah, how's everybody's Tuesday going? I'm chilling. I just got done eating lunch. I woke up super late. Oh yeah, we need to sign a bunch of these. We only have like 2. Okay, yeah, we'll just sign a big old stack of these for today. And we are live. Cool. But yeah, one thing I'm excited to talk about. Oh my god, my stomach. Oh no. Yo, what up, Skyer? How you doing? How you feeling, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Yo, Simply a Day, what up, dude? What up? How's both of y'all's Tuesday going? Anything new? Anything popping off? Good, just been working on art? Like music art, or what kind of art, Skyer? Cause I know you make some tunes, dude. Drawing, sick. What you drawing, dog? If I may ask, I know you're trying to draw right now. My bad to keep asking questions, but yeah. And Simply Dale says, not bad, it's going. Just got my 2nd job and about to put in extra hours for my 1st. Dang, dude. You were here getting that money. How come you're doing so many hours? Is it because you're trying to like save up for something Simply Day, or what's going on? Or are they just working you? Is it like peak season or something? And Skyer says, one of my Sonas, sick, dude. Yeah, since you already drawn stuff, I wanted to ask today, what do you think makes good fan art? That's like a thing I've been thinking about today. Is like how, you know, like what is there like a secret formula to making good fan art? Or like, you know, fan art that you might enjoy? Like what's the secret, you think? And Pancorn, what up, dude? How you doing? How you feeling? I think I replied to your email. I saw it come in. I was like, yo, what's up? But how you doing, dog? Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because I want to start like ask people in the Kaiju Club if they want to make fan art for the new community page thing I was talking about on Instagram. So yeah. It's a video says, you said it before, it's a season for money for the first. Well, now, yeah. The catting, I'm trying to get hours for a day off plus to make up for lost time. Okay, I feel it. Yeah, I mean, low-key, yeah. You know, Amazon was like, yo, it's Prime Day, we gotta do it during the summer. It's that season. Yeah, I mean, I know it has nothing to do with catting, but you know what I'm trying to say. But I feel it, dude, yeah. Make up some lost hours, man, get some time back, that's what's up. And Funkhauser, dude, sub Groovy Kaiju. How you doing, dog? It's been a little bit. How you doing? How you feeling? And Skyer says, I don't have enough to have an educated answer to that. Okay, yeah. I knew it was kind of like a wild question to ask. But I was just curious if anyone was like, actually, I watched a YouTube video or something. You know what I mean? So just in case. Like, actually, here's my favorite person that makes fan art and what they said in an interview before or something, you know what I mean? Because you never know. And Funkhauser says, been busy working. I've had to work the days. Usually stream these days. Yeah, my bad. The reason why I stream Sundays and Tuesdays is because I asked both the Kaiju Club and the Monster Kingdom, like what days were they most available, and it was like Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And we used to do Thursday streams too, but after I moved, I was like, let me just do Sundays and Tuesdays. The original plan was to move to Fridays, but then I just haven't had time on Fridays. So yeah. But yeah, but if anyone happens to come across like a sick like article or like video on like what makes good fan art, please let me know. I'd be super stoked. But Funkhauser says, I only get Wednesday and Thursday off normally. I feel that, yeah. Dang. Yeah, Thursdays are usually like my usually that's when I get the most orders. That's when not when I get the most. Usually it's the weekends, but Thursdays usually I'm just like locked in, just like trying to get through the orders so I can like, I don't know. My schedule's kind of interesting in that hey Digley. Thank you, Digley. I appreciate the hydrate. Yeah, I'm still drinking my morning caffeine too. But yeah, like Monday, Tuesdays are like my busy work days for Groovy Kaiju. And then I get to do like everything I want to do for Groovy Kaiju throughout the rest of the week. So yeah. But Fun Guy says, I try to pop in here when I get some downtime, right? Like, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you popping in when you got some little bit of downtime. Have you been, has there been, oh my God, anything been going on near you? So no, you said you moved like kind of more towards like the middle of the desert, right? Something like that. I remember. And also, Simply Adeo, I did listen to I Am Alex 1998 on Bandcamp. It's a banger, dude. It is a super banger. I listened to it last night. I even bought it on Bandcamp for $1. I was like, this song slaps. I like how it was all like kind of like retro skate themed. I thought that was super sick. And Funkhauser says, yeah, I'm like an hour west of Albuquerque. Oh, dang. Okay, yeah. I still want to check out Albuquerque, dude. I remember there was like a long time ago, someone actually, I think it was like a graphic design student, made like a pretend Future Funk festival. And I was on it and I was like, hey, but yeah, they made like a pretend Future Funk festival. It was like, and it looked like they were so good at graphic design, it looked legit. And everyone was like, why is this festival happening in New Mexico? Do we all got to fly to New Mexico for this show? And they eventually said, oh, I'm just a graphic design student. This was just like my dream festival poster. It's not a real festival. And everyone was like, oh. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Vasily Dale says, hey, nice, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I appreciate it. Yeah, like the song was only $1. I was like, hey, I got $1. I got $1. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, I hella want to visit Albuquerque because for some reason too, back when I was living in LA, they'd always have billboards that'd be like, visit Albuquerque, and it'd be a bunch of like the hot air balloons. And I was like, I mean, I'll be down, why not? Yeah, actually, how far is Albuquerque from me? Is there anything to do in Albuquerque, Funkhauser? Like, have you ever like gone to the city just to like kick it or something? Oh, it's like super small. That's funny. It's like a 6-hour drive, so it's like driving to like San Francisco. Okay, that's not too bad. My phone. My phone down. But also what's kind of cool too. Hey, what's up, Rampage? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How you feeling? How's your Tuesday going? Also in like other news, I watched like every astrology video ever. Like I ran out of astrology videos to watch. So I bought a tarot deck because I was like, why not, dude? I ran out of YouTube to watch. My silly star math, so why not? And Who's It says, yo, what's up? How's it going? How's your Tuesday going? Who is it? It's raining hard with some lightning and it's trying to take out my power again for the third time. Oh, wow, yeah. That's wild. That you're having so much like wild weather out there. Dang. I'm sorry to hear. Lightning keeps trying to take out your power. Remember last time I was rewatching the VOD, we were talking about like lightning rods. What's funny is, remember how I mentioned had a buddy who's like what's it called? Dad was a firefighter, so they put out lightning rods and like it would strike the lightning rods and he'd be like, oh hell no. That same friend actually texted me yesterday out of like nowhere, just like, hey man, how's it going? I was like, it's crazy. I don't know. I feel like that if I think about someone, they're gonna reach out to. I don't know. It's like a weird telepathic brain thing I think I got going on with everyone I've ever met in my life. Where as soon as I think about them, they end up texting you like, that's weird. Which I mean, I'm not upset about it. It's just kind of trippy. Does that ever happen to y'all? You ever like thought about someone and they just like text you like an hour later? But yo, Echo, dude, what's up, dude? How you doing? How you feeling? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday going? And Echo says, "Oh yeah, all the time. It's chilling. I feel it, dude. I'm glad to hear you're chilling, and I'm glad you feel me on the thinking about people and they be reaching out to you." What's up, Sam? How you doing, Sam? How you feeling? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday going? And who it says, "It was a feeling. I feel it. I feel it." Yeah, that Subido says it's like the Japanese superstition where if someone's talking about you, you sneeze. Yeah, I've heard that superstition before, dude. That's a what's it called? I heard that before, but I've never. I don't know. To me, it's always trippy to hear, like, remember how like Zaku came through the other day and was like, "Hey man, so like we were talking about how much we appreciate you," and I was like, "Oh," but I was also like, "You were talking about me?" You know what I mean? I don't know why. Like, of course, people talk about me. Not like Groovy Kaiju me, but like, I don't know, my mom talks about me sometimes. I'm like, I'm not there. But I don't know if y'all feel that way, but yeah. Fuck Guy says, I had to step away for a minute, but yeah, I got to see shows Saturday sometimes at Meow Wolf. And ABQ used to just go for Costco. Oh, that's sick, hell yeah. I mean, honestly, Costco's kind of a vibe, dude. And I still want to check out Meow Wolf. I know Frank has been there a bunch of times. Whenever they pass through, sometimes they'll stop by Meow Wolf. Yeah, it looks hella dope. And Pancorn says, been working, gaming, etc. Going, oh, you're gonna go to I2K? Dude, that's sick. I think Young Shiro's gonna be there, dude. That's the homie. That's cool, dude. Yeah, I wish I had the ability to go. That's what I kind of wanted, you know, one day be able to just like go to all the Vapor shows and just hang out and chill. One of these days. But Pancorn says, can you see the art for your tarot deck? Yeah, I got it on Amazon. Just the normal Rider-Waite tarot deck. It just, you know, it's the first. If you just look at tarot deck on Amazon, it's the first one. But yeah. And Echo says, just made 2 tracks from completely different genres, Lamau. Oh, sick. What genres? Yeah, I like being able to be genre fluid, dude. That's what's up. And Sam says, about to make dinner. Hey, what you making for dinner, Sam? Yeah, I gotta make dinner tonight too. Oh, I forgot. Well, I'll be all right. Yeah, I gotta make dinner tonight. I don't want to make. My usual shredded chicken probably. But yeah. And Sam says, I never imagined people think about me or talk about me ever. That's what I'm saying, Sam. Yeah. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I just think like, no one ever thinks about me. And then people tell me, yeah, so I was thinking about you. I was like, what? Why? You know what I mean? And Skyr says, classic choice for the tarot deck. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted the classic one just because it's a lot easier to learn. Because like there's like such a shared history of like what the symbols mean. So yeah. And maybe, I don't know, this is probably way too cocky for me to say early on. But what I really, the way I learned it is that tarot is just the deacons in astrology plus like a cat in the hat story about the fool. And that's it. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I always thought it was like this whole completely foreign thing. I was like, oh, actually, no, they're kind of very similar. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that, yeah. So I kind of already like had like the 70% already done. So I should learn like the last 30%. And I was like, okay. Threw on some videos while I was working out. I was like, sick. But yeah. But we'll see. I haven't done it for anybody else yet. So maybe I'll get schooled, humbled real quick. But Sam says, I'm making vegan pizza. Hey, sick, dude. That's what's up. Yeah, I used to make vegan pizza as well. What do you think of vegan cheese, Sam? Because I used to make a lot of vegan pizza, but the cheese I didn't mind too much. But yeah, I don't know. Vegan cheese to me is always just like so goopy. It's like I don't know. But Echo says EDM and hip hop, but I don't know what genre in EDM. Like it's not house, not dubstep. I don't know what it is. Oh, I feel you on that. Yeah, I've definitely been in the same boat before. Hey, Benjamin.
Order from Benjamin.
Thank you, Benjamin. If you're watching, let me know and I'll pack it right now. I'm just signing CDs right now, but I'll turn on the printer and stuff. But I feel you on making just like random electronic genres. I definitely have done the same before. Like sometimes I remember there was one time where I was trying to make future bass and I made something like way different. And debatable if it was good, but it was something. You know what I mean? I liked it, but yeah. And Skyr says, one of the easiest ways to learn how to do tarot reading is to have someone else do a reading for you. Yeah, I've had 2 now. I had that one from like a way back when. I think I mentioned it. I think I told you the results from it, where like the person was telling me everything I expect to happen will happen. And I was like, oh, sick. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's dope. And then recently a friend of mine also got into it, and they like did it over text for me, and I was like, all right, sick. So yeah. But I want to get more readings, because to your point, Skyr, yeah, like seeing how other people work is great. Because I think my biggest issue is I have a hard time, like I know what it means. Like, so when I do it for myself, I know what it means, because it's like, you know, I understand it. But trying to explain it for somebody else in their situation, it's always like, I like struggle to find the right words. Who's it says, power already flickering. I'm sending you well wishes. Everyone send, who was it? Your power, so the power doesn't turn off. Stop it, weather. Hey, Carter.
New merch order from Carter.
Thank you, Carter. I appreciate you for watching. Let me know. I'll pack it right now. And Voidstrom, what up, dude? I just replied to you the other day. I saw your emo come in. How you doing, dude? How you been? Well, I mean, you were telling me how you were doing. How's you said you were looking for work, no? How's that been going? My bad if I just didn't want to talk about that, but I was trying to like live remember, because it was like a couple days ago. But yeah, dude, how you doing? It's good to see you, Voidstrom. Dun, dun, dun. And yo, Voidstrom, that's a comedy. I'm chilling. It's so funny. The day after I sent that email, I got my old job back. Is that the one where you were working at the liquor store and you can like do art? Or was it the other one where you were like at a thrift store? So I remember there was one where it was kind of like a corner shop, and there was another one where it was kind of like a thrift store. Which one were those? I don't know. I said both, and now it's yes. I don't know which one. Yes, because I rambled. This guy says half of tarot is basically storytelling. If that makes sense. No, I agree. I think on the storytelling side of it, through all the astrology stuff, I think is like I got really good at, you know, because a lot of astrology stuff is like, oh, like Venus is sextiling this thing, and so therefore, and like you have to like stack all the houses in your head. Oh my god.
New merch order from Cody.
Thank you, Cody. I appreciate it. What's it called? Let me know if you're watching up back right now. But yeah, Skyr, especially because each like all the minor arcana, they're deacons in astrology. So like I think I've been doing is like monthly returns, and so like you'll have like, I don't know, you have the moon right here, and it's like making a square to like Saturn. But if you look at the deacons, essentially it's like I could say like, oh, like I don't know, like the 2 of swords is make a squaring like, I don't know, the 2 of MF in cups. So like what would that mean? I don't think actually, because I don't know if there is a square like it, you know what I mean? But it'd be like, oh, like a fight between your emotions and your thoughts, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So because of astrology, I've already been doing that, except the deacons have different names. But I don't know. I 100 billion% agree. It's all about storytelling. Like it's like understand the concepts and like how do they tell a story, and that's where the juice is, dude. So yeah, that's cool. You're in a sky. I know you're in a tarot, Skyr. Is that something you do a lot? You've been looking into? But Voidstrom, corner shop where I paint on the clock. That's what's up, dude. Yeah, that's so dope. That's so sick. Well, that's cool. Like so, what ended up happening? Did you like email them like, hey, dog, my bad, I left. Like, could I please come back? Or were they just like, yo, man, what's happening? You know what I mean? Or like how did it come about where you got the job back? Because if they like let you back, like they're super homies, dude. That's cool. You can still paint on the clock, because that was kind of the move, dude. Especially because you were able to like paint on the clock and then sell those paintings. You kind of in a good spot. You know, as long as you can build that foundation around your art business while you're working it, that would be. And Voidstrom says, they got rid of the person they hired after me. And my boss texted me at midnight, like, it was like, you got your old job back. Wow. That's sick, dude. Hell yeah. Well, hey, sometimes you don't know how good you have it until you go on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like the grass is greener on the other side. And then you go to the other side and you're like, The grass isn't always green on the other side. So you go to the other side, and you're like, oh, this grass ain't that green. And it's like super cool that like both of y'all are like, grass is greener, and you're like, actually, no, actually, we're meant to. I don't know. That's super sick, dude. Congrats. Hell yeah. So what are you planning on painting next time you're on the clock? But Skyr says, both my birth mother and my stepmother were/are pagan witches. Hey, dude, hell yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah. You always find it super trippy, like interesting to hear when people have like a more like alternative like belief parents. Because my mom, my whole family was like Christian. Like my little brother is like super into the Bible. But my dad worked around the church a lot, like a Christian church. And my mom, she's Christian. Like a lot of her family would take her to church a lot. But I have like, you know, doing all the music stuff now. I'm starting to meet people like, yeah, my parents are like new age. They did like yoga and stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. I don't know. Because as I've been meeting more people through music, I'm like, oh, wow. I thought, you know what I mean? This is not what I was like around. So it's trippy. That's cool though. So do you ever do tarot stuff for yourself, Sky, or are you just kind of like I just grew up with it? Nah, you know what I mean? Actually, yeah, on that note, like, would you be like, oh, I don't know. You know how some people are kind of like, I don't want to Bible study as a kid, where you're like, I don't want to do pagan stuff. This is boring. You know what I mean? Like the equivalent of like a traditional religion, you know what I mean? But Wisham says, definitely stoked to be back. I already got back into painting daily since being back, and now I can sub in here again. Hey, well, dude, thank you. I appreciate you wanting to sub. Like, dude, don't ever feel pressured to, but hell yeah, dude, thank you. But what's it called? Glad to hear that you're stoked to be back and you're painting daily already. Heck yeah, dude. So you're gonna go back to like trying to sell prints and stuff? So remember you were like sending them out for free for a hot second, but you're gonna start like a little like Etsy or something, or like, you know what I mean? Hey, yo, Vapor Wave Shark, bro, looking mad cute, dude. I haven't heard from you in a while. How you been, man? How you doing? And thank you. Yeah, like we're you know we're joking around. We're Discord. Well, I mean, we're like real life homies, but I almost said Discord homies because of Rosewood. Anyways, but yeah, I'm sorry, I read something. I'm gonna go to the gym, dude. I lost like 15 pounds. I'm kind of, you know what I mean? If I may, thank you. And I'm bloated right now because I just ate oatmeal, and I'm supposed to eat oatmeal. I found out I have IBS. So like, I'm supposed to look even more like, but I just, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to get through my whole pantry. On that note too, I'm so pissed because, dude, I bought more barbecue sauce because that's like, for some reason I could eat barbecue sauce but not ketchup. And I was like, all right, that doesn't make any sense because barbecue sauce is mostly ketchup. But whatever little like food guide thing I bought says. And so I got more barbecue sauce and I ate some last night and I was like, man, my stomach, I almost took a nap because I was like, I just want to sleep this off. It hurt so bad. And I re-looked at the guide and it was like, you can eat barbecue sauce. And it said like in the smallest text underneath it, except if it has like garlic or like any sugar, or, and I'm like, that's what barbecue sauce is. Why would you, it's like say, you could have cereal but no milk. And it's like, what? That's like, that's part of eating cereal. Why would you say, I don't know. So I was kind of like, damn. But Boystrom says it's a must, lol, and yeah, I'm gonna do another run of stickers and prints. Definitely expect them in the future. Hey, sick, heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm following you. Like when you post them, like let me know. I'd be stoked to grab one or two at least. Cause I know we were talking about that in the past. In fact, actually, in fact, since you're here, one thing I've been telling folks in the stream, which time is I'm gonna start like a new, it's like, you know, the Groovy Kaiju @ is just like a, hey, my actual Instagram is this. Me and Kimberly are gonna make that into like an actual page to like share stuff. So if you don't mind, I'll probably post the thing you made for me. And if you want to make anything else, like, you know, we'll talk about it. Feel free to email me. But yeah, so that's a thing I have coming up pretty soon. So like, let me know. I can like collab post you on some stuff so we can hopefully get some eyeballs on you. But Baby Boy Shine says, doing my best, bro. Hope you've been good too. Yeah, I've been good, dude. I'm just chilling. I live in Arizona now. I've been so chilling, dog. But I'm not gonna lie, I miss Long Beach so bad. I went to like literally they have out here in Arizona, they have LA style hamburger places. And I mean, it was LA style, but it was just like, damn, it made me even more homesick. I was like, damn, dude. It was like Tams, except like not Tams. It was like we're trying to be like Tams, but in Arizona. So that's pretty funny. But I'm glad you're doing good. And Sam says, IBS is horrible. I have it too. It sucks to eat out. Oh, I'm glad you feel me, Sam. But I mean, I'm sad you feel me, but I'm glad you feel me. That makes sense. And real quick, Dark Gray, what's good, dude? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday? How you feeling? But Sam, the joke I'm gonna keep making to people is like going to your point, eating out is so expensive now that I've been telling lots of people that are like, oh, let's go out and eat food. Let's eat food. I'm like, I can't eat most of the stuff you guys want to go. So how about we go to like the $2 burger place because I can't eat it. And really, it's like a money thing. But I'm not lying though. I really can't. I really can't eat it. Like next time, like I can't eat ramen no more. So next time my friends like, you want a $20 bowl of ramen? Like, I can't have noodles, man. Sorry, I can't. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's, I know, yeah, it's like that's the whole point of barbecue sauce is like, you know what I mean, the actual like good stuff, all the garlic and all that. And Voichum says, please do, homie, I've got you. All right, sick, yeah. Like I'm still planning it. Like literally, me and Kimberly lives out in the Philippines, so it's funny because like as I'm going to bed, she starts work. And it's extra funny because we're both music people, so it's like at a certain, it's like sometimes we'll sync up where both of our like musician schedules are like, I'm up at 3 a.m, you know what I mean? We'll line up. But then recently I feel kind of bad. From what I could tell, she like fixed her sleep schedule to be like normal. You know what I mean? So she was like waking up like 8 a.m. every day. And then, but I could tell she like regressed back into like, it's 4 a.m. What's up? It's pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, I bring it up because I think she might have just started today. No, it's her next thing she's gonna do. We're gonna start planning all the actual like thing we're gonna do for the content page. So I'll let you know. Our content on the community page. And Sam says, exactly. Heck yeah. But yo, Helen Seller, dude, it's been a little bit. How you feeling? Oh my god. How you been? But I was playing Destroy All Monsters, Destroy All Humans, almost Destroy All Monsters. Dude, the Alien one, I used to play that too. My brother had it on PS2. And I fought a kaiju monster, reminded me of you. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm glad that reminded me of you. That's so sick. But how are all of you though? Yeah, on my end, I'm doing good. On my stomach hurt a little bit because I've been eating bread and barbecue sauce lately to get through that in my, what's it called? Get through that part of my pantry. Yeah, I got like a stomach thing. I found out what the issue was, Helen Seller. So right now my stomach feels a little funny, but other than that, I'm doing really good. How about you? Hey, Boysham says, that's what's up, dude. I look forward to seeing it all together. Yeah, I'm really excited for it too. Just because, I don't know. I want to, gotta hop off to make dinner and talk to you soon. Yeah, but yeah. Looking forward to talking to you too. I'm also looking forward to seeing it together. But yeah, enjoy your dinner, dude. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, the thing I was gonna say real quick was, yeah, I'm excited to see it come together just because, I don't know. I've said it like a billion times in the Kaiju Club in the Monster Kingdom, and I want Groovy Kaiju to be like not just my thing. Like I want it to be our thing, and like I'm kind of like in the driver's seat, but like you know it takes all of us to like make the car go, if that makes sense. So I want to start sharing the love, giving people like their own ability to like influence it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be the only one building the Groovy Kaiju universe. I want other people to be like, yo, here's my contribution. You know what I mean? So yeah, that makes sense. And the community page, I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So yeah. But Helen Seller says, I'm good. I had a blowout of a tire. Dang. Thankfully, the best friend since the 4th grade was like, hey, yo, let's get you a new tire. W best friend. Hey, dude, yo, yeah. No, that's a hella good best friend, dude. That's sick. Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, so I don't know why we pay all these taxes and we blowing out our tires. You know what I mean? These roads be real bad. But sorry to hear you. Stay better, get better, stay hydrated because the heat is no joke. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Out here, at least you know I don't want to dox anything, but near me, it is 111 degrees right now. So yeah, like actively right now outside of this window, you can't see on the screen, but yeah. It's like this 111 degrees just trying to radiate my AC, trying to fight it. So yeah, But Roses, hello, good to see you. How you doing? How's your Tuesday? How you feeling? Thanks for stopping by. And Helen says it's about 111-ish, feels like it. Yeah, I mean, I just checked the weather on my phone, at least. But it also depends on, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody says, oh, geez, it's now starting to cool around here? Yeah, dude. Hey, Arizona's built different, dude. You know what's funny is, it's weird that to like be in Arizona because it's always this hot every summer, and I don't know, maybe it's because I wasn't born out here, but even when I moved out here, people who like you could tell were born out here would still be like, you know, it's gonna be a hot summer. It's like, yeah, you live out here your entire life, of course it's gonna be a hot summer. You know what I mean? It's like not new, but people in Arizona love to just talk about how hot it is. Like, oh, it's so hot. You could never handle my life. But I adapted pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. My hometown was pretty hot too. It was also like, cause, oh shit.
New merch order from Tyler.
Hey, thank you, Tyler. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. Cause like what makes Phoenix so hot is that technically there's like 4 mountains that surround it. So it's I don't know how weather works, but something about the hot air, like the cold air comes over the mountains, and then like the hot air does a thing where like pretty much it builds like a microwave kind of thing inside this. It's called the valley. And I grew up in a city called Moreno Valley. So it was also like a valley. So we both just, to me, I'm like, this is how hot it is, man. This is how life is. You know what I mean? But yeah. But anyways, I was rambling. So look at what you're cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to be able to go outside. Like, yeah, I went on a walk last night. And I was like drenched in sweat. And when I say last night, I mean like 11 p.m. I was drenched in sweat. Trying to go on a walk. And Rosa says, nice. Been enjoying the sweaty summer days. It's not as bad as yours, like 90 to 80. Yeah, Roses, but it depends on the humidity too, because we have a dry heat. So like 90, like I don't know. It depends on, yeah. Because 90 can be, in my opinion, just as hot, low key. But it's less deadly. That's the thing. It's less lethal. Like it'll feel just as bad, but it's less lethal. If that makes any sense. But Helen Seller says, bro, dude, yes, I always say 9 months over 100 than like 3 months in like the 70s. Oh, spitting, dude. Spitting. Yeah, because if you live somewhere cold, it's like summer is like the only season that you can go outside. And the rest of the time is just like you're stuck, like, you know, trying to get enough heat in your house to like not freeze to death. Yeah, out here we just have like, yeah, lockdowns for a summer, and then, you know what I mean? The rest of the year is pretty sick. Because I'm not gonna lie, dude, Halloween out in Phoenix is pretty lit. Because that's right when it cools down. So like our Halloween is like, imagine if Halloween was like in July. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It's like, yeah, dude. So yeah. And Helen says, yeah, technically in a bowl, so we trap the heat. And yes, the night heat be making me mad because I'm like, dude, there's no sun cool down. Yeah. Yeah, like just the earth just absorbs all the heat and just radiates it. So yeah. And Rosa says, I just like humidity, and it does get humid. Yeah, exactly. Because like when I moved out here too, I was like looking into it, and I think in Florida it'll get like 90% humidity and be like 98. So technically that would feel worse than Phoenix, but you're less likely to like die. Like, I mean, not to like be dramatic, but like literally, like health, like you might actually, yeah. But Helen Seller says, we have 2 seasons, summer and winter. Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's either like hot or not. You know what I mean? And yo, cute, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday? Finally got my final mail today. Dude, I'm glad to hear. Did everything make it all right? I hope it did. Thanks again for grabbing. I really appreciate it, dude. And I checked the inside too. If you also got the free CD, I'm pretty sure I put stickers in this CD for you. If not, I put you a little baggie of stickers inside the vinyl. I usually do. Helen Seller says, monsoon season is the best, but like Pink said before the humidity, yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I mean, monsoons are pretty wild. I'm kind of excited for them to come back because it is like a nice little like break. But they're kind of scary, dude. It's just like, you know, me hanging out, just like, yeah, lightning come out of nowhere. But Cute says, Monster Tape 0, and yes, I get the CD. I got the stickers too. Sick. Okay, glad. So that's one thing I was afraid of, because technically, you're not allowed to put the stickers in the thing with USPS. So I would hide them in a CD so they never get mad. You know what I mean? And usually it's been fine. It's been fine for like 5 years now. They've never complained. But so yes, but I'm always afraid someone's gonna buy the vinyl and be like, I just got the CD. I don't know what I want to do with it. And just like they put it in like a shelf somewhere, not knowing that there's stickers in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I always try to like, yo, okay, did you get the stickers? So yeah. And where's this? Nice. Yep. Who is it? Says got some dinner. 2 tree branches already down, and my bro got scared by lightning, so my dad had to get him from his car. He almost got nominated for the Darwin Award for the 3rd time thanks to the metal umbrella. Oh, oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, who is it? Yeah, I remember last time you were saying they were like watching the storm. They almost got struck. They went with the metal umbrella. Oh no, yeah. Well, it's nice that your dad went to go get your brother, though. That's very kind of them. But yeah, they gotta think. You gotta think a little bit more before they act. But that's wild. What'd you get for dinner? Who is it? What you eating? And Cute says, yeah, the vinyl cover has like a small scratch on one of the sides. It's less like an inch though, so it's fine. I don't mind it. Okay, cool. My bad about that, Cute. Yeah, it's because keeping it real, it's how I get them from the factory. Because like, I actually had to complain recently. And the latest batch, thankfully, they shipped them different. Because I like complained because you weren't the first person to mention like, hey, there's like a small little thing. Okay, let me see if I can show you. This batch right here, Cute, because they come from Canada. And the reason why I get them made from Canada is because they do all the cool colors, right? Like they're kind of like the ones to go to for like the super sick looking stuff. These ones look pretty alright. But what I'm gonna show you is you can't really tell as much anymore. But pretty much the box I just pulled up, these were all water damaged. So I had them ship me, like you can't really tell that much. You probably can't actually at all. No, you can't because the stream purposely is so grainy. But yeah, this one's kind of like a little like bumped up. Like you could tell that the tip of this jacket was like wet at some point. And yeah, but now they ship them to me. So like the issue was they were telling me that like they used to put the actual vinyl inside the jacket. So they'd put the actual vinyl inside of here already and then put it on the sleeve. But they said they shipped them like separate now where this is already out. That way in the future, they shouldn't have any issues. I guess like a lot of people were like, bruh, I wasn't the only one complaining. And I was like, sick. But yeah. But, I mean, if it means anything, technically, they're shipping me a bunch of new Monster Tape 0 jackets. So I could, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think next time, if you ever grab another vinyl cute, let me know and I'll give you this jacket. Because I'm going to have about a bunch of extras. Rose says, if I knew they got struck, I'd never go outside, so that's sweet. Yeah. No, yeah, if I almost got struck by lightning, I don't know that. Yeah. I would reconsider it. I'd be like, what did I do to deserve this? This must be some message from like some higher being. Yeah, I mean, I'd be terrified. And who is it said they're eating pork chops or string beans and noodles? I haven't had pork chops in so long. My mom used to make pork chops, but then like one day she stopped when I was like 12. Which most people would be like, yeah, because pork chops are bad. But I don't know, something about pork chops I kind of crave. That and like, I hate to admit it, but sometimes I'm like, I want meatloaf. You know what I mean? Meatloaf kind of sounds a little dank sometimes. Especially when it has like the red ketchup sauce on top. I'm like, not bad. Especially now that I'm all protein brain, I'm like, not a bad meal, dude. But yeah. And Rose says, did he get water inside or outside? Oh yeah, so I'm sorry, Rose, I totally was rambling. So what is good is that, I don't know how to explain this, but pretty much, so this box actually isn't the box they ship it in. They ship it in like this box, and then there's like an outer box. So there's a whole outer box on top of this. And then this box actually has 2 more boxes inside. And what happened, I think, is that like either in Canada or somewhere in FedEx, they like put the vinyl box down in like an actual puddle of water. So when they picked it back up, the box was just like, the vinyl were like about to fall out. But another thing about space is that they always pack the vinyl like up, like one vinyl up, one vinyl down, one vinyl up, one vinyl down to like make it fit in the whole box. But because some of the boxes were facing down, that's where the open slot is. So everything that was like pretty much like facing down, the puddle was so deep that like the cardboard absorbed up like 3 layers in, all the way to the tips of the jackets. So like there's, yeah, it was a whole thing. I had to like make a video when I got it, and like you could like literally just, you know, when cardboard gets wet, you can just kind of like peel it off. Like it wasn't like like it just ripped away. It was bad. It was bad, bad, bad. I was like, oh no. But the discs themselves are fine, so that's good. But Cute says, your vinyl is actually the second one I've ever gotten. I want to start collecting them, and I've listened to you for a while, so I just want to support. Oh, thank you, Cute. I appreciate it, dude. Well, dude, I'm honored to be your second one ever. That's so sick, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, it means a lot. Like, for real, for real. Thank you, Cute. Heck yeah. But Mothman, dude. What's up, Mothman? Hi, I was sending my Discman at work yesterday. Oh, that's sick. You have a Discman, dude. Hope all is well and want to say hi. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just, you know, hanging out, rambling, talking about getting vinyl shipped and having it not be too wet. Because Canada got snow. But yeah. What's kind of funny too is as soon as I complained about the vinyl thing, Roses and Mothman, what's it called? I had like this really cool account manager named Kate. Kate was like dope because Kate was like, yo, like I get it, like, you know, you got the Kaiju Club and all that, like I feel you, that's sick, you signed all the records, I like what you stand for. And I was like, hell yeah, Kate, hell yeah, you know what I mean, you the homie, Kate, thank you, Kate. And I complained this one time and Kate was like, so I can't be your account manager anymore. And I was like, why? All because I said my violin. I was like, Kate, no, I thought we were in this together. So that was pretty funny. Kate was like, don't worry, I got you. Rose, I don't think they got fired. I think they just switched positions in the company. Like, she wasn't like, I'm being let go. She was just like, I think she might have got promoted, if anything. So yeah. But it was just funny because like after like working with them for like 3 years now, it was like someone named Savannah, and then I got Kate, and Kate and I have been working together for like 2 years for all the vinyl orders I've been doing. And then the one time I complained, literally the next day she was like, yeah, I'm not your account manager anymore. I was like, Kate, I thought we were cool. Yeah. So my bad, Kate, damn. I was like, I just wanted to let you know, damn. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, in fact, Kate was the one that was like, hey, do your vinyls ever come like kind of like this? And I was like, yeah, actually I've been meaning to like bring that up. She's like, okay, cool, yeah, like here's what we're gonna do going forward. And I was like, oh sick, thank you, Kate. So yeah. But if she got fired, I'd been mad. I'm like, bro, no. It's not her fault. She's not the one that put it in the puddle. I doubt it. You gotta be. So yeah. But yeah, but that I don't know, it was just funny. But and it's just because I don't know who I am as a person. I like, you know, the second you tell me, hey, you guys are on a team together, I'm like, all right, sick. So we're now ride or die forever, right? That's just how my brain works. Like, so we're in this forever, right? You know, like when they're like something like as small as like, I got promoted, I'm like, no, the tragedy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy for you, but like, what about us? So yeah, it's like a little like work breakup. If I'm being honest. But yeah, that's what it feels like. Anyways, what am I talking about? Hey, Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Order from Robert.
If you're watching, Robert, let me know. I'll pack it right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep signing CDs. And wait, just another heads up too. I have more jewel cases on the way. They're coming Thursday, so today we'll probably sign CDs. I have like 6 actual CDs left, so I'll probably like pack the 6 orders in order, and then from there, yeah. And so videos, you gotta hope somebody else is gonna be like them. I don't know. this is maybe just me being dramatic, but like, once I'm cool with somebody, I'm like, I don't know, man, ain't nobody gonna be like them. You know what I mean? You'd be like the smallest, like, I don't know, I got a new, like, there's a new barista at work, the other one quit, I'm like, damn, ain't nobody gonna be like my old barista at that coffee shop. I don't know why my brain is so dramatic when it comes to people. Ain't nobody could ever replace them. But yeah, I'm laughing because I'm laughing not because I'm making, I'm like actually dead serious, but saying it out loud is funny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to find my oh, it's right here. Okay. And so the video says, "Now it's justified and true." Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, thank you. I'm glad you feel me on that. But yeah, but at the same time, it's just, you know, it's like, and it's just also awkward too because sometimes it'd be like, you know, again, if it's like a coffee shop example, it'd be someone that's just like, dog, I just, all I did was take your coffee. I'm like, no, but we had something special. You don't understand. It's like someone having the smallest interaction there. Rose says, I remember we were regulars at Panda Express. The workers knew us. And when they left, I felt that. That's what I'm saying, Roses. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Roses. That's exactly, yep. I'm trying to think of another one that's like overly dramatic. The most like random dramatic one is that, so I don't go to coffee shops as much as I used to. Like that used to be like my thing I like doing, was like going to coffee shops. Like whenever I traveled somewhere. But in Long Beach, there's a coffee shop called Recreational that's like stupid dank good. It's so good. I was like a regular there with all my, you know, this was back when I was like in college. I was still like, you know, getting my tech career stuff going. So my buddy actually, I don't know, I'm nothing random. Anyways, but one of the like baristas there, I remember she left one day and like literally like all of us were like, damn, it's a tragedy she's gone. You know what I mean? And come to find out, what is she doing? She ended up like moving to Brazil for a little bit to learn how to like grow and roast coffee, just because she was like, this is like my passion in life, is like coffee. So she like moved and came back. We were like, oh my God, like it's so good to see you again. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was like really wild. But yeah, it was like all of us were like distraught that she left. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, what else is going on? Oh, this is super random, but one thing I want to bring up is I found like an Instagram account that kind of just like talks about Godzilla lore called Gojira Nation. At Gojira Nation. So if anyone else is also like a special interest Godzilla fan like me, would recommend Gojira Nation. They came to my Instagram reels and I was like, oh, and I want to show y'all something. I got the viral dollar store Godzilla poster. I want to hang it up, but I don't know if I do. Because it's like, it's such a goofy poster, but I don't know if I have like people over if they're going to get the joke. You know what I mean? But I got this. I have to like, yeah, let me fold it out. I don't want to mess with the poster, but yeah, it's only $1. It's on that literally at Dollar Tree. Maybe if I do like this. Why not on your closet? Because it's kind of spooky. Because I want to put it in the bathroom. I thought that would be hilarious. If like someone's like, "Hey, can I use the bathroom?" It's just like creepy Godzilla eyes staring at you the entire time. I thought that would be funny. But at the same time, I don't know if everyone's gonna get the joke. I'm like messing up the poster right now, trying to like get it to unfurl. Somebody already did. Oh, okay, damn! Someone beat me to it. Yeah, because that was my first instinct, was like, has to go in the bathroom. Anyone who owns posters is just like, Sam's is $1 poster. Actually, it was $5 for some reason. But I got it at the dollar store, Sam. So technically, yeah, it's technically like a dollar store poster. I I'm trying to like get it to be straight. But yeah, I got the dollar Godzilla poster. And we still could make it bigger. But the thing about it is just their eyes. They're so goofy. He's just like, yeah, I mean, in fact, we'll make this a thumbnail. Oh wait, no, I don't want to knock anything over. But who's it says last thing you need is getting jump scared by Godzilla. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a guest. I don't know. Like I would hate to have like a friend visit and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like I don't want them to be that to be the memory of like visiting my house. You know what I mean? It's simply makes a good point. Could be on the other side. Like look for the door with Godzilla on it. True. Sam's just put it in the backseat of your car. That'd be hella funny. So every time we look back. And Rosa says it looks too goofy to be creepy to me. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I thought this was a good idea. This is goofy. You know, sometimes I'm like, I don't know, man. This is a little too creepy. I don't know. I flip flop. Okay, I'm gonna put it back. But it was only $5, so I was like, let me grab it. Because my business mailbox is right next to a Dollar Tree, and I was like, you know what? It'll take me like 5 seconds a sec. Check and see if they have it. And Sam says, I love that the expression makes me laugh. Yeah, it's so silly. Oh my god, it's so silly. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Because I'm thinking about putting it in the living room, but I was like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm glad y'all also know about the poster. Oh, these roses did. Because yeah, my Instagram reels would like for a hot second was just like every Godzilla fan is just going to the store and be like, oh, they have it. Ah! You know what I mean? But Sam says, you know what it needs? Headphones and sunglasses. Yeah, no, that'd be sick, dude. I feel like if you put some sunglasses on it, it would look really sick. And I think the thing that makes me like, I already put it away, but the thing that I think creeps me out is less the eyes, it's more like the teeth. The teeth they made like too glossy. And I'm like, like it looks like a creepy toy. More than like Godzilla. Sam says the expression reminds me of when people introduce their pit bull as friendly. Yeah, no, literally. You don't bite. It's just literally ready to bite at any moment. Dale says, maybe at the door then, don't want to be getting the piss scared out of you looking for the door in the dark. Yeah, no, that'd be hilarious. That would be actually hilarious. Just like you can barely see in the dark, just like Godzilla just... That would be funny. Or if you just turn the light on, just like, ah! But yeah. But other than that, what we got going on? Move this around now. Oh, one thing that's like a little bit concerning is the people I use to put my music on Spotify, like so everything other than Monster Tape 0 and Monster Tape 1 coming up pretty soon, but they got acquired for $2 billion with the B emoji billion. So I'm like, oh no, what's this gonna mean for my stuff? I think it's like a private equity firm, so I assume they're gonna start trying to charge me money for like the most weirdest things. But yeah, they're gonna try to like get every ounce of profit they can out of me. which is kind of crazy. And Rose says, that's a shame. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about it. But the thing that's like goofy is that like all the streaming services, like you have to use like a service to put your music on there. Like you can't upload directly, which I guess there's so many now that's kind of convenient, but it's not even like a convenience thing. It's like you have to go through them. But all they really do is just have a giant Excel spreadsheet that they just give to Spotify. It's like it's like, why is this a thing? Why can't I just submit my own Excel spreadsheet to y'all? I mean, I don't know. Music industry is so weird. I'm not even in the industry. I'm just some guy. Yeah, I mean. But who is it says keep a close eye on what's going on because that's how everything starts. Yeah. Oh yeah, who is it? I follow all the different sources and stuff. I have an extremely close eye on everything. I even watch Spotify's investor meetings just to see what they're talking about. Because like what they'll usually say what like Universal wants them to do and stuff like that in there too. So it's like, yeah. Subido says, oh my god, I'd say that I hope nothing changes, but we all know how that goes. Yeah. I mean, sometimes what they do, Subido, is when it comes to private equity, is that they actually won't change anything. Because like a lot of times private equity, what they do is they buy low, sell high, just like a business. So they'll like probably like buy it, maybe cut costs, or just not add new features. So like, you know, when like, I don't know, Spotify 2 comes out or something, they just wouldn't support Spotify 2 because they're hoping to like sell it to the next guy, you know what I mean? Because they're like, we're not gonna put more money into this, we just want to like extract the profit out. So yeah, either it'll be changes that like suck or it'll be just no new improvements. So yeah, in my opinion, I don't know. But Sky says, it's made for people who can afford not to care. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we kind of, yeah, we talked about that a bunch. Spotify be like, why think? But actually, I'm probably gonna share this in the Kaiju Club and like make an article. But on that note, I watched the video last night because have you heard of the YouTube channel Speed with 3 E's? If you're like a car person, one of the main donut hosts of the car thing, like, you know, car YouTube channel Donut, one of the main hosts on there ended up quitting when a bunch of other people quit Donut at the same time. Started their own channel called Speed, and he describes it as like a men's magazine as a YouTube channel. And it's, I don't know, it's been so trippy to see how magazines is like the base of a lot of things. Because at this point, I think of like the Kaiju Club like magazine. I'm kind of already like, oh, the community page should kind of be like a magazine, like, but just like digital magazine, but just in a different, I don't know. Magazines kind of underrated. I've been learning more. But anyways, but he was like, yeah, I'm trying to be like the men's magazine YouTube channel, essentially. So he'll talk about stuff like how to do interior design if you're a dude, like how to like make friends if you're a guy. Like it's like stuff like that. But because he's a car guy too, to be like how to pick the right car. And I don't know. Anyways, they did a video about vinyl versus Spotify versus CD, where they like got all three and like made 3 setups and talked about like which one is for each. And the big takeaway of the video was just like, honestly, it doesn't matter which one you pick as long as you're intentional with why you picked that one. It's like you're probably, you know what I mean? You're probably the GOAT. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. You spitting. But by the end of it, they were like, actually, vinyl kind of slaps. Yeah. So yeah. I saw a post that was hella funny and said, too cringe for New York, too based for LA, just perfect for Phoenix, Arizona. I was like, hey, that's me, dude. I was like, I need that shirt. But did y'all see anything good from or like cool from people posting about AX? Anime Expo? Does anyone hear like an Anime Expo? Did y'all see how people going crazy? I mean, nothing like crazy happened. It looked like a pretty chill year, thankfully. I mean, like not chill in terms of attendees, but you know, nothing popped off really. But there's a few cosplayers I follow because like they like my stuff, like my music, so I follow them back and I'm like, hey, and one of them when it's like JoJo characters, and they like did it like perfect. Like they got like the like I don't know, they even did like the you know how people can like make themselves look like a comic book character by like doing like the shading just right on their face. I was like, y'all even got like the manga style makeup perfect. Then I had a few friends that worked AX this year, and they're like, every time I work this convention, I regret it immediately. But I do it every year. So it's pretty funny. Yeah. My bad if you're gaming Simply Deo, but are there any like anime conventions near you? Because I've only ever been to like anime conventions on the West Coast. I don't know how the anime convention culture is on the East Coast. Because I figure y'all don't have time to watch anime, dude. Oh, it's crazy to say, but yeah. Because I feel like it's so like go, go, go out there. Yeah, what else is going on while we're signing these CDs? And Silvio says, there was one last month at the convention center here. There have been others like right before the one that just happened. I swear they just pop up. Yeah. Yeah, anime conventions are like non-stop happening all the time. It's crazy to think at a time, like it was like, oh, the one anime convention, we have to like fly out for it. Now it's like, dude, there are so many. And Rosa says, I don't go to a con either to meet an artist or for a friend. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of a... I'll go with friends. It's like a fun... I don't know, to me, it's like anime conventions is like baseball games to me. Like, you don't go for the actual thing. You gotta go just to talk shit with your friends. It's like an event to go to talk shit with your friends. I don't know. Because a lot of stuff at conventions these days too, a lot of it's just like kind of keeping a real like slop off of like Alibaba and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like a lot of stuff you buy there isn't really like that cool even. So this is an exhibit hall. Artist Alley, I mostly go for Artist Alley. Like if I go, it's like, hey, look, I don't care about anything else. I just want to see Artist Alley, and then I just want to talk shit for the rest of the time. I don't care what we do after that. You know what I mean? Because I love, Artist Alley is like the shit. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah. And Subadeo says, every now and then I see my sister post her cosplay and be sad for not going. Well, now you get the FOMO. That's cool, your sister does cosplay. You've had lots of people tell me I should do some cosplay stuff. I just got my Zack Shock costume. But hopefully they make an anime character for us at some point, Sibley Deo. Just one with like super long dreads. You know what I mean? I don't know. Rosa says the only invitation is if that one Kirby con makes it to LA because I just love Kirby. Yeah, that would be sick. One of my like, I mean, it's really weird, but one of my moments where I was like, I think you might be my favorite sibling. I'm like half joking. I was like, maybe my favorite sibling. So I was talking to my baby brother once, and I was like, what's your favorite video game character? And he was like, Kirby. And I was like, my man, bro, that's how you know we related. I was like, yo, my brother, man. Hell yeah. I think they were like 11 at the time. I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd be super down to go to a Kirby convention. There's somebody that says, dude, I wish I'd go though. I'm just gonna go as Trunks from DBZ or Lupin. Trunks would be sick, dude, yeah. I feel like you would do a hella good Trunks. And Lupin would be dope too, but I don't know. Trunks is hella cool, dude. And Skyr says, If I went to a con and saw 3D printed fidget toys at the Artist Alley, it would be on site. I see that landfill trash enough at a local vendor markets. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that, like, you know, we're kind of getting on the 3D printer people. Because, yeah, they've been printing some slop. They've been printing some slop. But Sam says, that's my big brother's favorite too. He's 17. Oh, sick. Heck yeah. Yeah, I love it when you're like, dang, we're related. You are cool. Let's go. Yeah, dude. But yeah, I like 3D printing was really cool when it was just like a bunch of like kind of people like nerds just like making stuff around the house and stuff like that. It never seemed super practical, but it, you know, I mean, I think people just at a certain point were like, oh, how do I make money from this? So I feel like, I don't know, there's like a bigger discussion. But let me probably roses real quick. 3D printed items being abused that way is sad. Yeah, I agree. But I think we're seeing more stuff like this. And I watched a couple YouTube videos that were like, why are apps like Robinhood so popular? I think it's because everyone feels like such despair and like never ending. My work will never pay me enough to like be happy, that people are just like desperate to cling on to things that can like give them money other ways or just make them feel more comfortable with the situation. Like one of the big reasons why they were like Pokemon blew up is because like Pokemon cards is not a good way to invest your money. You know what I mean? Because at any moment all of it could just like crash, but people are just like so like hopeless in like general like income stuff that they're like, what do I have to lose? Then they just put it all on Pokemon. You know what I mean? So kind of like a reflection of how tough times are, I think. I say all to say that I think that's why people buy 3D printers, because they're just like, what do I have to lose? And just buy the 3D printer and see if the slop sells. But then it doesn't, because no one wants slop. But yeah. And Sky says, if you're going to sell 3D printed stuff, at least sell useful stuff like miniature replicas. That's, yeah, no, I agree. That or like, I don't know, to me, I would be like, if you were like a 3D artist making like, I don't know, fan art, like I'm not gonna lie, I would buy the hell out of like a low poly Tanjiro from Demon Slayer that like, if I knew the person modeled it themselves and 3D printed it, oh dude, hell yeah, I'd support that. But yeah, I'm not trying to buy a dragon. Like just a random, you got the thing off of the 3D printed dragon and just printed it and brought it. Like, I'm gonna sell a bunch of these. That's kind of whack. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you were creative with that, like, hey, that's your medium, dude? Hell yeah, go off. But yeah. Rosa says, I grew up looking at 3D printed stuff, and my computer class had one even though I sucked, my teacher was nice over me behaving and being interested. Oh, that's cool. But your teacher was so supportive of you, like, you know what I mean, in the class. Yeah, because like right as I left high school, 3D printers were starting to become more available. Yeah. So I never got like really the chance to get into it, because by then I was already doing like my software stuff. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'm just like 2 years too old to like be in 3D printer pipeline, if that makes sense. Because I feel like I would have gotten into it if I was like 2 years younger. And who's it says, moments like that is why I cherish the 3D printed Pochato Kirby I bought at a con long ago. That's sick. This guy says, or 3D printed model Kirby with realistic feet. Who is it with the instant no? Those exist? Yeah, I think I've seen them. I'm pretty sure I've seen like an Instagram post of the 3D printed Kirby with the realistic feet. No, bro, this is one of my friends for a White Elephant game had that as a gift. Kirby with feet. That's crazy. That's hilarious. That's a funny White Elephant gift. White elephants are fun. Oh, and just, I don't know, because I think I forgot to say it, not to like change the topic back to this, but Skyr, one thing too about readings is I want to get a lot more, but I don't know, gotta afford it. Because some of like the people I want to get readings from are like $300, which, hey, get your money Get your money, king/queen, or more queens than kings. But yeah, get your money, queen. But you know, I gotta maybe once I'm more stable. So yeah. But that's, I don't know. I've been thinking about for the longest time. I'm like, do y'all ever like wish you could just ask your friends like, hey, can even though most of y'all don't really know each other like that, can you guys all get one giant group chat and pitch in to get me this one really expensive thing that I want for my birthday? You know what I mean? I wish you could do that. Because I don't know. Like, I appreciate any gifts anyone ever wants to give me for my birthday from any friend. And I always like cherish it. But it's like, but if you're gonna spend $20 on me, dude, like if you could put that into a pot for all my other friends, we would have just enough for the thing I actually want. You know what I mean? So yeah, this guy says 300. I really see people charge more than 50 or 100 for that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm, maybe it's because if it was like an in-person thing, it'd probably be like 50 to 100. But it's because it's like very specialty, like, I don't know, the people I've been learning from, or I don't know, maybe that's, I'm caught in their marketing trap. But I do know you can get them for like 50 to 100, but I feel like I'm at the level I could probably do one for about 100, like, and that would be valid. But the people I'd want to see would be like the like legends. You know, that makes sense. Like the people that like spend their afternoon reading like Greek text. Like I want those people. The ones that actually speak Greek and can read like the BC Times books without having, you know what I mean? Like people who have like masters in translating Arabic. Like I want that guy. So it's a lot more, I don't know, the very special flavor of what I want. So yeah. But to your point, actually, Skyer, though, you make a good point. I probably should just go out and like, I don't know, maybe get like one a month or something just to get the idea before, you know, going for like the, well, what's a good example? Like the LeBron James of astrology. Maybe I should just get a good baseline from everybody. You know what I mean? Not saying that one's better than the other, because, you know, you could do a $50 reading that's like the most life-changing thing ever. And even though they're not the LeBron James, it's probably could be way better and more impactful. You know what I'm trying to say. But Cherry Cola, good to see you. How you doing? Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. How's your Tuesday going, Cherry Cola? I'm trying to think of a good example for everybody else. Hey, Michael.
New merch order from Michael.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate it. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. Cherry Cola says my day was good. That's what's up. I'm glad to hear Cherry Cola. I'm trying to think. What can I say without being rude? I don't know. It's kind of like the equivalent of like getting like a. It's like, do I want to meet like Doug Bowser, the current president of Nintendo, or do I want to meet Reggie Fils-Aimé, dude? I'm trying to meet Reggie, dog. You know what I'm saying? Is that a good analogy? Do y'all get what I'm saying? We're all gamers, right? Like, took a nap for 5 hours? Sick, Cherry Cola. I feel that, dude. I'm so behind on work, I've been like, kind of like cutting down on my sleep just so I can get more stuff done throughout the day. So I'm looking forward to, once it's like all in a pretty good spot, I'm probably gonna take like sleep for 12 hours. Rose says Bowser left? What? But his name was Bowser. How'd they get rid of him? I guess when he left the company, someone came behind him, grabbed him by his tail, and threw him out the window. You're fired. Says Bowser left, but I get it. Damn, who's the current president of Nintendo America? Nintendo of America president. Oh, Devin Pritchard? Oh, that's pretty sick. Heck yeah. Yo. We got a businesswoman running Nintendo and Xbox? Hey, all right. Hell yeah. Be up right now, dude. And J. Cole with the skull emoji. Got so long, eh, Bowser? Yeah. I love that inside joke. So long, gay Bowser. Yeah. But it's like I don't know. They interviewed the guy who does the voice, like Martin. You know the guy, the Mario voice guy. He's supposed to say Lay Bowser, but it's just he's so thick in the Italian accent. It just came out a little wrong. Did I tell you about the YouTube video, The Untold History of Nintendo DS Hacking? There's a new YouTuber I like called BG. I don't know how you say it. BJIRU. But they just make a lot of like Y2K nostalgia videos, like video essays. But they did one on the R4, and I was like, dude, hell yeah. This is the exact niche thing I'm trying to watch a video essay on. They talked about how like the evolution of the DS got hacked. Because it originally had to be hacked through the GBA slot. Because that was like where they could find the one vulnerability. But after a while, they figured out how to like run executed code VR4 and stuff, and But then everyone cloned it, so like R4s became like super popular. And I was like, hell yeah. What was hella funny though is that the R4s got like so popular, like they tried like other weird ways to like make their like all these like companies were making them. I think like mostly in Russia and China, but I might be wrong. So my bad if that's completely wrong. They started doing like funny like Hillary Duff R4 for your Nintendo DS because we're just trying to like give you a reason to buy ours over the exact same other clone R4. Maybe like hella bad graphics. I don't know, it's just funny. Oh, and I watched the video too about this YouTuber musician who did a tour across the UK, and she lost a bunch of money. I was like, damn, that sucks. Yeah, they were talking about just how expensive touring is, but it was actually a good video because there was like a hot second where I was trying to like think about like, could I afford to go on tour? Like, how would that look? Because I know how to do shows myself, but to plan my own tour would be like a whole thing. You know what I mean? And the big thing really is just like, you got to pay rent back home, and you got to move the merch, and like the real thing is hotels is what gets you. And then like the sad part is most people online will just be like, bro, just sleep in the van. But like, I'm kind of at the benefit where it would probably just be me and like 2 other DJs, so maybe we could. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I was trying to come up with all these different ways. I was like, well, one of my ideas was like, well, if I take someone who has a girlfriend that has a DJ, and that's one less hotel room. You know what I mean? So I was trying to think of like, who are my friends that have like girlfriends that could take time off of work for like 2 weeks to go on tour with us. You know what I mean? But yeah. And Sam says, and venues. Yeah, venues is a big one too. And I'm probably like maybe too paranoid about this. But my big thing too is that like the venue size I'd be operating on, 215 below, usually they tend to be independent. And I've had bad experiences where I've like played shows and they've been like, actually, this is our money. And it's like, that's not what we agreed. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And my big fear is like if I'm in like the middle of Louisiana and they know this is my first tour ever, and if they don't give me the money, like what am I going to do? Fly back to Louisiana, take them to court? I don't got time to do that, really. You know what I mean? And like pay a lawyer. You know what I mean? So it's like crazy. Who is it says that's why peeps got to start small before going to big with the touring stuff? Yeah. You're kind of like a chicken and egg problem though, because like you have to start small. But like the smaller you go, the less likely you are to make profits. You kind of have to. There's like a fine line of like, if you want to break even, you have to go at least yay big. You know what I mean? So yeah. Because like if you're doing like 50 tickets a night, let's say, and you have to like get a hotel in every night, like there's no way you can split up the cost of 50 tickets such that you can buy enough hotel rooms. Yeah, I mean. And Sam says divide and conquer, split the cost. You could, Sam. Which actually someone had offered in the past of like, hey, look, like I'm down to split the cost on it. But that's another thing. I mean, I have trust issues, I think, because I was like, yeah, but like the thing that like would make me bum, Sam, is that like they couldn't already be my good friend. Like that would have to be how we became friends. Because I would hate to be like, hey friend, I have this idea for a tour we should do. Just give me like $10,000 and we're gonna go on tour together. And we do it. And if we don't break even after if I'm the one that like made the plan, well, they're gonna be looking at me like, damn, bro, I trusted you to like not lose my $10,000.
New merch order from Alexandria.
Thank you, Alexandria. If you're watching, let me know and I'll pack your order for you. But yeah, and that's another big thing. It's just like, you know, when you get friendships involved with work stuff like that, especially like work money stuff, it's like, And like you would hope they would understand that like, you know, what you're doing is like a risky business move by going on tour. But some people don't get it, you know what I mean? So yeah, and not that looking down on them, but like it's not a thing most people are. Losing money sucks, dude. You know what I mean? That shit sucks. So it's like, you can't really get too mad at them. But yeah. But one of these days, I think what's going to end up happening is eventually at some point they're going to be like, I don't know, maybe wishful thinking, but I think at some point someone's going to be like, man, I see this Groovy Kaiju guy on my Instagram all the time. Who is he? Someone's going to be like, yeah, I'm a booking agent. You're not playing shows? I'm like, yes. I've been waiting, thank God. You know what I mean? Because then if you have a booking agent and stuff, in theory, they would know what venues would screw you over, and they probably work with a bigger company where it's like, if they didn't pay them, then they'd be like, hey, we got the legal team to like chase after these venues we have relationships with. You know what I'm saying? We just remove a lot of the risk. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know, I'm rambling. YouTube video was just like interesting to watch. And again, not to like poke fun at this. I mean, I'm not poking fun at this person at all, but what was wild though is they at the very end of the video they were like, and here's my course so you can book your own tours as well and do it profitably. And I was like, but your tour didn't make profit. You admitted that. How are you gonna sell a course on how to do a profitable tour? You know what I mean? But in their defense, it was only $50, which isn't too bad, and you're not losing much. I mean, like, there's so many other things that are a ton of value and whatever. I'm sure she would be able to teach someone, but I don't think she should say one of the values that you'll do a profitable tour. Like that was a little bit of a stretch. But yeah, shows is so tough. Nope, this is okay to bring up. One thing another thing I've been watching on YouTube a lot that keeps getting recommended to me that I've been like really trying to learn. Because again, I was like so young when it happened, but BBC recently dropped a video about like George Bush and everyone at the school when like 9/11 happened, like what was going through their heads and like talking about that and stuff. And yeah, it's just super trippy to like hear that, like, you know what I mean, how they were all like going through it and stuff. Like, dang, because I don't know, I just couldn't imagine. Because now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I couldn't imagine be working for a company. It's like someone, you know what I mean, or any organization, and then for that to happen, it's like, it's my job to figure it out. You know what I mean? But yeah. What's also cool is for all my other skate people, Jazz Ortiz is like telling their story and like coming back to skateboarding. For context, pretty much like for anyone that doesn't skate, pretty much way back in the day, like go back in time, talking about 2010s nostalgia, dude. Like early 2010s, before like they had a bunch of like Japanese skate kids just going crazy. There was like two skate kids that were like pro level skate kids, and it was Nigel Houston who now to this day is like probably, I think, the best skateboarder like of all time, like LeBron James level. Like you would be like, oh, Tony Hawk, but like Tony Hawk is like a no, they're doing vert stuff. But like in terms of street skateboarding, I'm pretty sure Nigel Houston is like the best street sport. Not even like a subjective thing, just in terms of like, this is insane. But Chaz Ortiz eventually stopped skating as much. But it was like Nigel and Chaz were like the two big skateboarders, child skateboarders. And they're all grown up now. And they're like, hey, I'm like skating again. It's like been super sick. And they like got sober and everything. So I was like, hell yeah, dude. But yeah. Isabel says, I never understood it because I only saw it as a meme. But when finding out that context, I can't really look at it the same way. Oh yeah, because you're younger. Yeah, so you would have been like born right around the time it happened, huh? Yeah, I remember my mom would tell me is like the day it happened, she immediately thought like, oh my God, like how do I tell my son what's happening right now? You know what I mean? Like this is, you know, I've never seen anything like this in my life. You know what I mean? And I guess the news was like, everyone on the news was crying because they're like distraught that this is happening. Like when you see your kids today and you pick them up from school, just, like maybe don't bring it up, or like, if they bring it up, like be real chill about it. You know what I mean? And like just help your kids through this tough time. It's really, you know what I mean? And my mom said she was like really just in her mind, like what is going on in the world right now? Just kind of like real like shocked, right? And she said she picked me from school, and 6-year-old me came with my backpack, and I was like, Mom, America's under attack. I left at school today. And Mom was like, fuck. I was like, this is crazy. What's going on? Because I didn't, I was 6 years old. I didn't know what was happening. Somebody else says, yeah, I was born 3 months before. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm not trying to, if anyone sees this and is like, are you making fun of it? I'm not. It's like an actual historical event. I'm learning it more from like a history. Like, I'm just like, dude, I couldn't, because now that I'm 30, I'm like, dude, I could not imagine that happened today. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what, you know what I mean? That would be crazy. So I'm trying to understand like the history of it as an adult, because as a kid, I never had the chance to really like understand it because I was a kid. But yeah, to your point, Simba Dale, like whenever I see a Gen Alpha kid be like, I'm like, dude, you're gonna be like 30 and be like cringe so hard at yourself. You know what I mean? Like once you get it as an adult, dude, you're about to cringe so hard. So yeah. But yeah. And 3 months before, wild. And Rose's underestimated kids' awareness. Yeah, Rose's. Yeah, kids be knowing stuff, man. They be talking. Yeah, that's one thing I'm like, I respect, but I don't know if it's like necessarily not always necessarily the right thing. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but I always imagine I want to talk to my kids like an adult. But at the same time, I don't want to tell them everything. They don't need, they know everything. And be like, hey man, I'm gonna get like, well, you see, there were really bad people. And this other guy's like, nah, man, this is what's going on. If you were to bring it up, but yeah, does that make sense? I don't know. Parents, let me know if I'm tripping. Somebody else says, reminded me, I gotta listen to news at 11. Yeah, it's also trippy to see how like vaporwave is kind of like taking it. They always treat with respect though, because like if you ever talk to someone like John, I think he says like, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I think they say like every time they go to New York, they stop by the 9/11 History Museum, and I cry every time. You know what I mean? Because John's a bit older than me, so John was like in middle school, I think, when yeah. And so to them, it's like, yeah. But I do think it's like the way vaporwave is like, kind of like, it's in a really respectful way, I think. Like it is like a very trippy kind of nostalgia. But Rosa says, not gonna lie, I'm the opposite nowadays, especially when they got access to the internet and think they need to know all this at like 12 or 11. Oh, opposite in terms of they shouldn't know stuff, or opposite in terms of like they're gonna know it anyway because they have access.
Holy mackerel!
Hey, Grizz Steak, dude, thanks for the raid, dude. Cherry Cola, what's up? Thanks for coming back. Also, every time the raid happens, I always like, I really did put the Ed, Edd and Eddy noise. That's comedy. Hey, Rose is opposite of knowing stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. So like, keep them guarded from it. Don't let them know the truth because they can't process it yet. No, I feel like that's valid. I feel like each approach is valid, honestly. I think it depends on what works for you. I'm very like, my mom was always raising me like, don't ever talk to nobody about how to raise their kids because you're not a parent, first of all. I don't know, have you seen like the, I feel like it was like a lot bigger in like the 2000s, 90s. Where like, don't tell me how to raise my kids. Like that was like a really big thing. This in the black community was like, don't you ever dare tell me how to raise my kids. So I'm very like, hey, if you're a parent, do your thing. Especially because I'm not one myself, so who am I to even begin to judge? But yeah. But I've always been, I don't know. I always find the concept interesting though. Like I feel like there is no like guidebook on like what is right or wrong. One of those things you kind of have to just like, just gotta do it. Kind of like fashion. I'm half kidding, but yeah. But Rose says, I mean, not fully guard them, but also not make them feel like they have to know that stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. No, okay, I see what you're saying. No, I 100% agree. Like, I feel like, if, don't ask, don't tell. That would be my policy. There's maybe some things I would maybe say you might want to let them know, but 99% of things I'd be like, yeah, don't ask, don't tell. But Rosa says, like the flies, that stuff is insane. Like, why would a kid talk about that? Oh, the files. Oh, the flies. I was like, you talking about Lord of the Flies? Like, mix the L and the I. That's comedy. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Your kid doesn't even know that. Well, the only way, I guess you can bring it up another way. The only way I would say is like, hey kid, if anyone ever asks you to go to an island, you tell them no. Yeah, that's the only time I think they need to know. But yeah. Who is it says, know that energy, even when my bro ended up with someone's kid one winter, me, my mom, my dad, and I hounded him on make sure that baby was warm. That wasn't even our kid. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's it takes a village type of thing. That's cool though. I'm so glad to hear y'all were like, looking out for the children. Cherry Cola with the emoji. I wonder what happened with this whole thing. With the little like notification thing. But Zaku, dog, I'm so fucking sick right now. No, I'm already here, dude. That's a bummer. It's from the new job, I bet. Yeah, my joints hurt. I saw your story. Did anyone give you soup? Yeah, we're all wishing you get well soon, Zaku. Cherry Cola says, wait, what happened? Oh, I think Zaku just got like a flu. That's what you're referring to. That's what you're asking about, Cherry Cola. Oh, just on screen, you see like this giant flame emoji near me for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's kind of funny. But yo, Galaxy, what up, dude? How you doing? How you feeling? How's your Tuesday going? How's your music going, dude? I feel like I haven't seen. I mean, I keep up with all your posts, but I haven't seen you post in a little bit. Usually, you post like every day, like in a good way. But how you doing? How's your main? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we haven't talked about Jermaine in a while. Roses. Let me grab Jermaine. Jermaine is doing good. They do lose leaves sometimes, but I think it's just because they're so massive, dude, that like, I think they just, yeah. Yeah, Jermaine's doing real good. Jermaine's doing really, really good. I can't even put Jermaine. I can't even show off Where are they facing? There they are. Here's their eyes. Yeah, Jermaine's doing. See, look. I don't know. I never had a plant this big in my life. That and like they weigh so much now that like you can kind of see it, but like they need more soil, I think, because they like outgrew their own soil. But yeah, Jermaine's awesome. Thanks for asking, Roses. There we go. Yeah, see what this was nice. Sam says, Jermaine, he's a big boy, he needs a new pot. Yeah. I think it's more they just need more soil, but they might need a bigger pot. Low key. That would be a bad idea. Yeah. I'll look into it. Future me, look into if Jermaine needs a new pot. Because this will be like their third pot upgrade, dude. How big can the... Let me look this up. Sam says Jermaine should get added to your merch line, googly eyes and all. Yeah, I've been wanting to do one. I need to put up someone to do a commission for it. I would love to have some Jermaine merch. That'd be dope. Thank you for the idea, Sam. And Rosa says, I wonder if we're gonna reach a point where the pot would be too big to lift. That would be crazy if so. Oh yeah, Jermaine can get like 5 feet tall. Oh. But no, that might be a different breed of Jermaine's kind. I don't know, yeah, I probably need to get a bigger pot. Sick. But I think after the next pot upgrade, it probably not more than that. Jermaine would probably never get any bigger than that, but yeah. But Galaxy says, thanks for asking. Things are going good. I've been writing the best music of my life and having the best time ever, and we've just been writing multiple times a week. I've lots of cooking. Dude, I'm glad to hear. I'm so glad to hear that you're cooking, dude. Getting it going. That's what's up. You gonna drop like an album pretty soon? The debut? Also, it's super sick, dude. What's it called? That you work on music? I don't know. I feel like so many people have like been like, I'm gonna start making music, and like they usually don't follow through on it. So I appreciate the fact that like you said you're gonna do it, and then you actually did it. That's what's up, dude. And Sam says 5 feet. Holy frick, that's a whole me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm kind of amazed how big they can get too. So I thought they were just gonna be like desk size, like just really small their entire life. I didn't know they can get that big. Galaxy says, truthfully, I don't see the point of making an album unless it's released through a record label. But it'll be a few singles, maybe wrapped up by debut EP in February. Oh, okay, cool. No, you make sense, yeah. No, I agree. If your strategy is for streaming services, then yeah, it doesn't really make sense to do albums unless you're like actually selling merch. Yeah, I mean. And Galaxy says, the concept of Aliases is basically just a marketing thing, I feel like. Yes, business-wise, kinda, yeah. But I feel like art-wise, there's a lot of value in an album. I think sometimes they can tell a cohesive story. Like, I don't feel like Groovy the Galaxy would have worked as a... What's it called? As, like, a bunch of singles. It wouldn't have made sense, you know what I mean? I mean, it still would have been good, but it wouldn't... Like, I feel like there is value in, like, the fact that they're all one project together. or like Igor by Tyler the Creator, like that has to be an album. If that was just a bunch of singles, I feel like you would lose the plot. Yeah, and Galaxy. Yeah, my band that I used to do published an album and made a rock opera out of it, like a playbook, like when you go see Broadway Pro and the comic book illustrations that went with it. That's sick, dude. Well, yeah, you know, then yeah, albums are dope. But I know what you're coming from. It's like for streaming and like DJing and stuff, like doesn't necessarily make sense unless you're trying to do like a artistic project. Which, yeah, I mean, I think you know where we're coming from. But since you're so new, I think, yeah, I feel like you do albums when you have like a audience and like enough of a catalog that it makes sense to drop an album. And Galaxy says, album is like the tip of the spear for like renewed efforts. Yes, I think I know what you're saying. But what else happened is, have you all been seeing Mac and DeMarco cover Human Nature at a couple shows? That's been super, super sick. And I got you on the stretch break, Sam. I'll stretch, yeah. But it's super dope because, like, you know, like, if you ever watch like the Michael Jackson movie, like whenever they play Human Nature, there's usually like these moments where it's just like I don't know, I'm trying to think of the lyrics, but like, let me out into the nighttime. You know what I mean? It's like, so he's been doing covers like that, where he'll wait for like the big and then just like make it excessively long. Like super long for no reason. It's hella funny. And real quick, somebody else like, I don't even know, is he any good? Honestly, it's a pretty good cover, yeah. Because Mac DeMarco kind of has like, you know, his own unique like singing voice. It doesn't sound bad because the song is kind of more like mellow. And Mac DeMarco's a pretty mellow artist. I look it up. But if you look up Mac DeMarco, Human Nature, Rome Summerfest 2026, I watched that and it was pretty funny. It's a little silly though. Like be prepared to laugh a little bit, but the music is good. I'm not gonna lie. But Galaxy says, what are some of the coolest concerts you've ever played? Honestly, Crystal. My concerts, man. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm allowed, if I could be so bold to say that. I feel like my concerts were, the Crystal Nostalgia shows were like the coolest ones. Because I got to play with all my homies. I was like really cool with the venue. Everyone that pulled up was dope. Yeah, I mean, we never had any issues. So yeah. And Yoitoki was pretty dope too. I think Yoitoki and Crystals were one of my favorites. But and I'm sure Yoitoki people would understand. They wouldn't be like, bruh. But you know, because I ran Crystal myself, that's probably number one. And then Yoitoki, like very close after, was my second favorite. Because Yoitoki shows are pretty sick. Like, and one thing I'll like never forget for the rest of my life is playing VTech at the Yoitoki New Year's Eve party, and like literally at the part where it's like I hit the very last part and just let it loop where it's like dun, 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 dun. I'll show you. I'll play it. You know the end of VTech. Where's it at? Here it is. Yeah, so I just like let this part loop as we counted down to 2024. So it was like, not 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and like, you know, it was perfectly on beat too with the time. It was just weird how synchronicity it all worked, and because it was my last song on my set too, so we like ring in the new year with this. And I remember just thinking that moment, like, damn, I'm really like bringing in New Year's with Yoitoki in like Hollywood, playing my own song that I made with Tupperwave, my own song. This is gonna be the greatest year of my life. And then it wasn't. But it was a great way to begin the year, let me tell you that. So yeah. Galaxy Dynamite says, cool, sounds so lovely. Yeah, it was super lovely, yeah. Yeah, I think after that, I decided soon after that to move to Phoenix and stuff like that. Not that that was the reason why it wasn't as good as it could have been, but the year was, yeah, it was interesting. It was a tough year after that. It was just so funny because it started off with like, dang, I'm really up right now. This is about to be crazy. This is my year, dude. I literally brought in the year with my old music at a sold out New Year show. You know what I mean? And it wasn't my year. Sam says, ... and then it wasn't. It's so relatable. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're just hardwired to be like, oh hell yeah, this is it. So be like disappoint ourselves sometimes. But it's okay, I'm not complaining. It was a good time. And in fact, like, I don't know, it was really nice because like I ended up taking this picture with like 2 of my like college roommates, and like to this day, one of them still has it like as their profile photo, and I'm like, I remember that day, dude. Because it was also cool because like my college roommates heard me go from like making like really weird MIDI anime covers to like Groovy Kaiju. You know what I mean? So, you know, for them it was also like a dude. You're like, I remember when you made bad music. You know what I mean? Galaxy says, gotta go. Cheers, dude. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tell your partner I say hi and hope she's doing well. And Sam says, and then life humbles us. Oh yeah, life definitely humbles us. But yeah, it was really nice because like I got both of them on the guest list because like they helped me like load up and everything like that. And for one of the college roommates, it was like the first time seeing like, whoa, I'm behind stage at like this really crazy venue in LA. You know what I mean? So they were just like, to them it was like, holy shit. I don't know. So it was nice. Sam says, oh, do you remember when the music was bad? That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know, I love that so much when you have like a really close friend that like when they're not good, you were there, you know what I mean? And you were still like, no man, I see the vision, bro, just keep going for it. And like you support them through it. And then just like I feel like one day your friends wake up, you're like, actually, I'm good now. And they just start crushing. You're like, yo, dude, what happened? I don't know, it feels like a blink of the eye. You like really support your homies and they just all of a sudden are like the best ever. Like I remember I had a friend, I mean I still have a friend, but yeah. Oh, real quick, somebody else is watching a little bit of Mac DeMarco doing the cover, and it's actually pretty good. I know, right? The pauses are funny, too, just so random after the first one. Yeah, exactly, Video. Okay, I'm glad I described it good. But it's actually a good cover. It's like not bad. I feel like, you know, if someone were to rip the video, maybe take the pauses out and just like put it together as like an actual, like, dude, hey, it's a pretty good cover. But yeah. But oh yeah, but I have a friend named Roderick, and I've never watched this for whatever reason. I mean this with love, man, I swear. But we used to all skate together, and it was really weird because like he loved skating, but he wasn't like out of our crew. He wasn't like even close to being like one of the best at skating. But I used to film, I used to support him, like, yo man, I got you. I'd film his clips and stuff like that. And I'd like edit videos for him and everything. And he was the homie, dude, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And the thing is about him though, is it's like, sometimes he would just pull stuff off like out of his ass. He was like hella good. So I remember he got really pissed at me because there was this one time where I was filming a line for him. So it's like you do multiple tricks in a sequence. And then like it's like a, yeah, hey, look, I'm so consistent as a skateboarder. I can do multiple tricks without falling, you know what I mean? And I filmed a line for him where he tried one trick and just like didn't even try the trick. Like he like threw his, it looked like real dumb, right? And then literally the next trick he did was like absolutely mind-blowing crazy. And I just loved the fact that it was just like the dumbest bail to just like how'd you do that? You know what I mean? So I put the whole sequence in there and he was like, no man, like you're supposed to just put that one part. And I was like, no, but it's like the art. Yeah. I was like, but trust me, it's sick, dude. Like part of your style is just the fact that you can just be good out of nowhere. And then I remember the day it happened, but one day we were skating and he was trying some trick. I was like, dude, there's no way you're gonna land. Like he would like literally like jump and like ragdoll over the thing. Like it didn't even look like he was even close to landing it. And it's just like it was kind of like, I don't know, I think like something whispered in his ear like, just do it. And he just did it like super clean. And I was like, what the heck? And like since that day, he's been one of the best skateboarders I've ever known in my life. I don't know. And that's what I mean. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta support your friends when they're out, because like one day just something will whisper in their ear like, actually you're goated. And they won't forget that you were there for them. You know what I mean? It says keeping it real plus the side by side is hilarious. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like to me, it was just like, I feel like I think because we were in high school, so you know, I was still kind of like what are you doing? But like, I think he might have thought I was making fun of him a little bit. But I'm like, no, I'm not teasing you. Like, I genuinely think it's sick that side by side, it's like, there's no way this guy can skate, and you just do like the most amazing thing ever. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. I love how unassuming you are. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of like when you find out like I don't know, like the final boss is actually like the guy who worked at the back of the office the whole time. You know what I mean? Or something like that. It's like, huh? That guy's the final boss? So yeah. Like the level 1 goblin was actually the final boss all along. It was like kind of like one of those things I was trying to tell with his skateboarding. It's actually a pretty fun premise for a video game, actually, when I think about it. Well, I guess Dark Souls is kind of like that, because you end up coming back to the first area you started after you do everything, and like the final boss like literally is in the starting area. If I'm not mistaken. I've actually never played all of Dark Souls, but yeah. And Roses says, you talked about the title yet? We did really early on, Roses, but if you have any feedback, because the reason why I made the title that is because I genuinely like trying to ask if anyone has any opinions on like what makes fan art good, or like makes good fan art. Because I'm just trying to like, you know, I've been doing lots of like research. I'm like, okay, if I want to make a community page, what kind of fan art should I maybe try and go and find or commission and stuff like that? Or encourage people to make. But yeah, if anyone has any thoughts, please let me know. I'd be stoked to hear your thoughts. But on that note too, what's also been cool is Mythbusters has been uploading to YouTube. So I've been watching like Mythbusters. It's been pretty sick. Rosa says, with characters or just in general? I think in general. Like even if it's like, you know, you saw some Kirby fan art, like, oh, I like this one a lot because blank. I can maybe like create a little like, okay, these are things I should maybe be looking for or thinking about. Zaku with the sneezing emoji. I'm sorry, man, you're sick. That sucks. And Sam says vibes are important. Fan art that reflects the content creators better than just super pretty clean art. That's a good point. Okay, sick. Yeah, having that context is super important. Thank you, Sam. And Rosa says, I guess it depends because I'm not picky. I think a majority of fan art is great, even if it's a doodle. That's also good to know. Rosa, thank you. So that's actually one thing, because I don't have like a huge budget or anything, you know what I mean? So I was thinking like, I wonder if I could just have people doodle. Like, yo, how much fan art can I get for 20 bucks? You know what I mean? Even if it's like, you spend like 30 minutes just, and just take a picture and send it over. Cool. You know what I mean? I'll Venmo you. So yeah. And Rosa says, but if you want to do more with it, wanting quality and art to show our buy is understandable. Yeah, true. No, I agree, yeah. Hey, Donovan.
New merch order from Donovan.
Thank you, Donovan. If you're watching, let me know and I'll pack it right now. Yeah, I think after we're done signing this, I know it's only been like 2 hours, but after we're done signing this stack of CDs, I'll probably call it there just because I need to pack the orders we've been getting. And today, the thing I'm just so behind on work stuff because I got to get ready for the birthday thing I'm doing next week. But that being said, I have to write, or I want to. So, I guess to spoil it for everyone, everyone I think in here is in the Kaiju Club. Zaku knows this, but whenever it's someone's birthday, I like to ask them, what have you learned about life since your last birthday? And that is the greatest question ever. Like, ask your aunt, your mom, grandma, best friend. Like, it's such a insight. I don't know. People, every time I ask them that question, it's always like I can tell they're just like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm so glad you asked me that. You know what I mean? And you learn some cool stuff from it. And it's just gives you a lot of insight into the person and what they've been going through. You know what I mean? So I want to share that as the Kaiju Club of what I learned being 30, because I'm an unk. So yeah. But Sam says, I follow one dude and he commissioned an artist for a project. The artist was great and the art was clean, but it wasn't him, so he drew his own art. And it was the derpiest, simplest, goofiest art. It was perfect because it was so him. Okay, sick. No, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. So I want, to your point, Sam, the context is important. And even if it's not some, oh my god, it's this person just did Final Fantasy character design for my favorite creator. It's just the fact that it's super authentic to what's it called? The art itself, or the thing you're making art about, makes it dope. Thank you, Sam. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. And Sky says, if you have reference designs that you can post somewhere, that would probably help stir up interest for fan art. Making fan art, yeah. I think my plan. So keeping it real, Sky. I always say keeping it real. What's funny if you think about the statement "keeping it real," is then you have to ask yourself, so you're being fake this whole time? But it's one of my stims. But anyways, we keep it real. My plan. I have a lot of people in the Kaiju Club that have asked in the past, yo, I would love to make art for you, but I just have never had a budget, or I would feel super bad being give me a bunch of free art because I want to use people like that. But with the community page, I'm going to put a little bit of budget aside, just be hey, Kimberly, talk to these people in the Kaiju Club who have asked to make art before, and you'd be yo, even though you've offered to do it for free, how do I Venmo you $20 just so whatever you make, you know what I mean? It's something. And all we're going to do is just collab post it on an Instagram account and go from there. Because I want to give back to everyone that's been supporting, you know what I mean? It also makes art. So on that point, the reason I bring it up is because it's all people who kind of they know, they've seen all the album covers and stuff already, so they kind of know what's going on, you know what I mean? But to your point, I might make it a general call for it though. So we'll see. But as somebody else says, that's actually really nice with the question, But I'm excited to share it. I'm probably gonna write it up, and then I'm also gonna film a video, where it's just me, hey, everybody, it's me, Groovy Kaiju. I'm standing right here. But just from this angle. But But Rosa says, oh, and to add on to that question, that a good point, if the art captures what it's about as well. Even if they don't know something well, you can still pull the effort off. Yeah, exactly. You can still, you want to just make sure it's capturing what needs to capture, yeah. Because my plan is to like, because I don't know, there's so many people I've been like, have offered to do art in the past that I'm like, let me hit them up first. But I do also want to like explore a little bit out to people who maybe aren't already in the, what's it called? Just so we can get that for because like, I don't know, I have like the 3D CD thing. Now I know like a 3D artist, like kind of want to do more of those because that was super sick. Hey yo, Skate Goon, dude, how you doing, man? It's good to hear from you. How you feeling? Dude, kickflip, dude. If I had a board in here, I genuinely would, but I don't have a board in here. How you doing? How you feeling? You still hill flipping? Speaking of kickflips, you still hill flipping, dude? I mean, I know you are. I watch your clips. How you doing? Dude, actually, what's funny, Skate Goon, I was actually talking about Roderick earlier. Remember Roderick? Mobile? We're all in the same skate video? Yeah. Good, bro. Glad to hear you're doing good, dude. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I also watched Charlie XCX did an interview with Nikki Riordan for her upcoming album. And I know I was talking mad shit that I was like, I don't know if I like the next Charlie XCX album. But I've been listening to the songs again and I was like, you know what? The singles are kind of good. I like Wink Wink and Summer 26, Spring Summer 2026. But the first single she dropped, I still don't like it. That song's still whack. But yeah, the new Charlie XCX songs are growing on me. Let's take this. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, but I've been doing good. Just going to the gym a lot, actually. I'm getting pretty good. I lost like 15 pounds. I'm getting muscles a little bit. You can't really see it because of the stream, but yeah, I'm getting there, man. And I'm still skating. I'm skating with Trey all the time, dude. It's been sick. I skate with Trey every Saturday. It's been a good time. But yeah, the thing that I like about watching Charlie XCX interviews is that like she doesn't have a lot of them, but like one thing that's like seems to be like recurring pattern, and she's just like, I sacrifice everything for my art. And I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I guess she's like a pretty big workaholic based on what she says. And it's also trippy like how some of like these mainstream artists work. Because they'll be like, oh, you know, we like started the album in Paris, and then we flew to Belgium, and then we flew to England and did this song there. And I'm like, what, dude? How do you guys make music on the go like that? Let's get into this. Damn, you still chill with Trey? Yeah, because Trey, he drives trucks now. Like he's like a long distance truck driver. He like ships stuff. So he ended up moving to Phoenix. So me and Trey both live in Phoenix now because he just happened to move out here for his job. So I get to kick it with Trey, yeah. So it's been sick, dude. Like he posted a story one day, like skating at Phoenix skate park, and I was like, "Do you live in Phoenix?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "So do I, dude." He was like, "No way." And I was like, "Yeah, let's kick it." So for the past year, me and Trey's been kicking it all the time. Oh, and this is on my goofy stuff. So I found out, you know, I keep saying, everyone here has heard me say it a billion times, how me and Ariana Grande have a very similar astrology chart. I did the math of what is like the likelihood of how close it is that our charts are so similar, and it's a 1 in 847,000 chance. And like the analogy is like, imagine you had like a 10-hour period and you had to choose the perfect second to be born. You know what I mean? Like, or like not even to be born, but just like you had a 10 day. So it's like 240 hours, and like you had to like press the button at the exact right second, but you don't know when. You just have to guess when to press the right button over a 10-day period. That's how rare our like charts line up. And Skate Goon says, Lamau, that's crazy. I'm gonna hit you up for his Insta later. Yeah, feel free, dude. I think it's Trey Walker 24. Let me see if I can find it. And what's funny too was I was telling this exact same thing to my mom the other day. I was like, "Yeah, mom, you know Ariana Grande?" She's like, "Yeah, I like some of the Ariana Grande songs." And I was like, technically, she's like, we're like astrology twins, and she was like, "What she know about?" What do you mean by that? But yeah, Skate Guna. Trey's Instagram is Trey Walker 24, but Trey with a Y. Yeah, he posts a lot of clips of him jump roping and going to the gym. But Hydra, I got you, Roses. But yeah, I looked up like because you can search. There's like search engines for like, okay, this planet's right here, this planet's right here, this planet's right here. And to have all the planets we have in common, there's only 6 days you could have born within the last 300 years for it to even get close. And then get the rising sign, it drops down to like 6 hours. And then to get some of the other special placements we have, it's like down to like, I think 3 possible hours in the last 300 years to get it that close. I'm like, that's crazy. And but a lot of people get born all the time. So I guess technically there would be like 4,000 people on all of Earth out of the 8 billion that would be within the same window. But even then, to get like, I don't know, I'll do the numbers to get to eat, because I guess you interact with 10,000 people over your entire life. Even just like in terms of like if you're walking at a show and you bump into someone, like, oh my bad, that's one of the 10,000 you'll ever interact with over your entire lifetime. So over the entire lifetime, for someone to have such a similar chart just in this window, you'd only have like a 1 in 5 chance to even bump into them over your entire lifetime of someone to have someone this close. So it's just trippy. I was like, that's weird. I don't know. I don't know if this is my special interest, my bad, y'all, but I found it interesting. Because I don't know, even if you just take it apart from like me as one random celebrity, but that means for you too, that means like you, Roses, Simply Dale, Sky, I mean, not to shove my stuff onto y'all, but like there's like, you're like 1 out of 4,000. You might never be anyone as similar as you in your life. I don't know. To me, this is so crazy. Everyone's actually a special snowflake. Who would have thought? So yeah. Like I don't know. I just love the contradiction that we're all like so similar, but we're all so different at the same time. And Rose says that's weird to think about. I know, right? Like I spent like all yesterday, like I was working just like, that's crazy. I tried to do the numbers, I was like, this is crazy. So yeah. Yeah, we're all so very similar, yet so, yeah. So the chances are crazy. You gotta consider it some kind of luck. That's what I'm saying, dude. A lot of, yeah, it's super luck. Yeah, it's a whole lot of luck. But I've been trying to do the same thing for like some of my friends, try to find out like their celebrity astrology twin, and it's been kind of funny. Like I don't want to share the personal information, but I have a friend that like their celebrity twin was like a minor league baseball player. I was like, that's so random. Like a college baseball player. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And they did music, so it was like trippy. Another friend that was like a French actor from like the 1930s was like their closest twin. I was like, huh? And who's it says the chances to that are slim but never zero. Yeah, no, it is never zero. Yeah, who is it? But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's in general trippy too, because I just thought there would be like, I thought there would be more people. I thought there'd be a lot more than like 4,000 within like that small a window. But I guess not. I guess not. I thought babies were just coming all the time. I thought they just pop them out left and right. You know what I mean? I thought you'd have been born around like 6 babies coming out the same hospital at the same time. But Dylan says, bro, I always see your ads. I'm going to order Mush Tape Zero. Your music's awesome. Thank you, dude. Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate you being down to grab it. Thank you so much for the kind words. And I'm glad my music is awesome, man. I really appreciate it, Dylan. How's your Tuesday? How you feeling? But yeah, other than that, what else is going on? Let's see, I think today's July 7th. Today is a National Day of Rock and Roll. I've been getting more into like, I don't know, lately I've been listening to lots of rock, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, actually, I have something I wanted to share with y'all. I might actually for real get canceled. What do y'all think of like Radiohead? Like, you know, Creep. Creep is a banger. But I listened to like all of like Radiohead's like albums recently because I never like got super into Radiohead. But I know some people are like, Radiohead is the greatest band that's ever existed ever. So I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like, you know, you just don't end up getting the time to like listen to the greatest music of all time because there's so much of it. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do Radiohead. So like last week I listened to all of Radiohead. And I feel bad to say this because it's not their fault, but I'm not a fan. Like, I like Creep, but their stuff wasn't as good as much as the hype gives it. But I think the reason why I feel that way is because a lot of the songs sounded like, I've heard this in a coffee shop before, so it sounded like coffee shop, like we're a hipster coffee shop music. You know what I mean? And I feel bad to say that because it's like they were the blueprint. You know what I mean? So it's like not their fault. Like every hipster coffee shop was like a big Radiohead fan, and like that's all you hear now in coffee shops. But now to me, it sounds like generic coffee shop music. Does that make sense? So it's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But who's it says, I got a friend who kept pushing Radiohead on me. I don't even enjoy their type of music, so I might hate them to a degree. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, because I don't know. I've seen, like, I remember I had a friend once, because I've heard like the room, like, I don't know, if you look on like Rate Your Music, Radiohead's always towards the top of like best band of all time. And I remember I had a friend who was dating someone that like, she was like, I will go to every Radiohead concert ever. You know what I mean? And so I was like, damn, they really got ride or dies like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, but it has to, you kind of have to be into like coffee shop music, I think. Yeah, you have to be like in that like kind of like whispery rock to be like, oh my god. So yeah. And Skyr says, I think Radiohead's great, but definitely a bit overhyped. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they weren't, that's the thing, Skyr, is that they weren't bad. They were good, but it's just, to me, it was like, I don't know, I was expecting to put on this album and be like, this is the greatest music I've ever heard. Like Quincy Jones could never. You know what I mean? And it was definitely not that. It definitely was not that. And then Solideo says, I don't think I heard anything else except for Creep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me either. I never heard anything other than Creep up till like last week. So yeah, so I think yeah, that's a bit of it. And then the other thing, the reason why I was watching the Charlie XX interview is that I watched like 3 YouTube video essays and this interview that were like the Velvet Underground, the Velvet Underground, the Velvet Underground. So I was like, you know what? Let me just check them out. Because like they have the Andy Warhol album cover. So I was like, you know, I'll check it out. And that album was terrible. It was so bad. It's just funny though, because I like watched the XCS interview. It's like Velvet Underground was one of the greatest artists that like inspired my entire career. It sounded nothing like her music at all. And yeah, so I was like so mad I wasted the time listening to the album. I went on Reddit like, am I crazy? Did I think this is bad? And a lot of people were like, no, it's because it came out in like, I think the 60s. And they were like kind of the first band to be like, I'm a guy that does heroin and like this sucks. And like, I'm feeling kind of like I'm not a man. I feel more like a woman. You know, I mean, they were like the first ones to publicly make art about like, you know, gender stuff. And like, I'm, you know, maybe I want to do this to my body. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And because they were brave enough to do that, everyone at the time was like, this is groundbreaking art that you were able to like, to be this vulnerable. But nowadays it's like, bro, I'll listen to any trans girl with a laptop right now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just so normalized now that like, I couldn't get it. So like the lyrics is what people liked it for, not necessarily the music. But I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. Yeah, also Velvet Underground, it just didn't age well, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm like, bro, I can go listen to Daria Core right now and listen to like the crazy shit I've heard in my life. Yeah, but I don't know. But Dylan says, who's your favorite rock artist and rap artist? I'm sorry, Dylan, I was rambling. But rock artist. Since we're talking like, I guess, well, we're on the topic of like classic rock. Alice in Chains, I think, is my favorite grunge band. I've always been more of an Alice in Chains kind of guy. Rock, Midwest emos, dads. Like bedroom rock, kind of Ruru. RU is like probably my favorite artist like that. Metal, System of a Down for sure. What else do I got on my metal playlist? Post-hardcore, The Fall of Troy, and A Skylight Drive. And yeah. Dylan says, bro, I love Alice in Chains too, dude. I love them so much. Have you listened to their Unplugged MTV album? The acoustic album they did? I was listening to that for like a good month straight. And then rap artists, Kendrick Lamar, Just a Law. Who else? No Name. I'm listening to a lot of No Name lately. Popo 2004. Chance the Rapper's kind of want to come back. Mac Miller. Tyler the Creator, of course. But they're more like, they're just a straight musician. MF Doom, of course. Yeah. I'll go with those. How about you, man? How about you, Dylan? Well, it's also cool too, speaking of listening to new music. I try to listen to new music all the time. But I got into Japanese R&B. That was super sick. There was like a video essay floating around the YouTube algorithm about the OG Japanese R&B artists. If y'all want to hear that good stuff, there's a you know, I mean, I don't know, you can't really buy it. So I've been listening more on Bandcamp. Anyways, but if you're on Spotify or YouTube, look up the Japanese R&B artist Double. Dude, Double's sick, dude. I love Double. Zaku says Bird. Is that a Japanese R&B band? Zaku? Yes? Okay, sick. I'm gonna add them to my listen later right now. Low-key, when I got into it, Zaku, I sent to Marcus. I'm like, are you proud of me? I showed him my little playlist. But yeah, Zaku would really know. Oh hell yeah, this looks like it's about to be sick. And Dylan says this year I really got into Mac Miller's music. Yeah, Mac Miller is super sick too. What's funny is I was watching a lot of Mac Miller live sets, and he has like a couple songs with Ariana Grande, and it was like back when they were still dating. Every time they did a show together, they'd always like hug and be like, okay, well, it was nice having your services. I see like this really like overly formal handshake. It was hella funny. Yeah, Mac Miller was super dope, dude. I love Balloonerism. They're like post-homunists. I don't know how you say it. Post-homulus album, I think it's how you say it. But yeah. And Zaku says Japanese news. June Jack swing is amazing too. Yo, dude, send me a text, dude. I'd be stoked to hear. Put me on, dog. Skyr says, for me, the Mars Volta and A$AP Rock are my favorite rock and rap, respectively. Yeah, A$AP Rock is sick, and Mars Volta is also super dope too. I've listened to a lot of Mars Volta. It's been a little bit since last time I listened to Mars Volta, but I do know they're great. I know to put some respect on their name. But yeah, y'all, I know we're a little early, but if y'all don't mind, I'm probably gonna what happened, Skyer? We'll wait for Skyer to do the thing, but after Skyer sends us this message, I think I'm gonna head out because I gotta make chicken and I gotta think about what I'm gonna say for what I learned from being 30, so I can send it next week before the birthday set. Probably later this week. Should probably, if you're in the Kaiju Club, you'll probably hear from me. I have to do the, figure out. I don't know. I have to write it tonight and then figure out what I'm sending it. So yeah. Oh, we both got hit by ads? No. Okay, well I'll wait. I'll wait to say goodbye. What are we gonna talk about? Dylan, do you like Takanaka? Of course, dude. I love Takanaka. Zaku's a big Takanaka fan too. But no, yeah, I like Takanaka. What's funny is I posted like a meme on my story the other day. I put a Takanaka song behind it. I've said this before on stream, but it was like a meme of like some guy in a shower eating an apple, and it said, "Eating fruit in a cold shower to experience the life of a poor little monkey trying to survive a horrific rainstorm in the Amazon." And I put Brazilian Skies by Takanaka underneath it. It's like, ba-ba-ba-da. It's just like this meme. Yeah, I know, it was really funny. But yeah, I was talking to a buddy about Takanaka today because I guess she has a CD that she found at a local record store, which I'm like, that's amazing because like to get Japanese CDs, you kind of like have to usually get them like imported and stuff. Thank you, Roses. I'm hydrating right now. Oh yeah, what's wild too is I mean, it's not wild. I probably shouldn't even bring it up. But oh, Dylan, I have the Japanese CD of Graduation by Kanye. That's pretty sick. I have a Japanese Damn by Kendrick because when I was in Japan, I bought it just to be like, you know what I mean? I got Japanese Kendrick Lamar. And the crazy part is he raps in Japanese, and I'm kidding, messing around. Imagine. It's just like a dub of a Japanese dude just rapping on Kendrick Lamar, but in Japanese. All by the same beats. It'd be funny. But no, but yeah, I have a Japanese Kendrick Lamar CD. I meant to say it was National Caesar Salad Day on July 4th. Hey, that's sick. I like Caesar salad. I don't know if I could eat it anymore though, because of my stomach, but yeah, whenever I got salad, Caesar was always my my go-to. I like the croutons and like the cheese slice shavings things. But yeah, are y'all back? Who is it in Skyer? How long do they run for? I don't know. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, now that y'all are back, oh yeah, I just want to say bye to y'all. That's all I wanted to do. I was waiting for y'all to give a goodbye. But yeah, so I'm gonna go film this video of me. Well, I really have to think about it while I'm cooking, of what I learned when I was 30, so I can share with y'all. And hopefully, when y'all are 30, it's some wisdom that's helpful. But yeah, but probably gonna talk about Mood Machine. Honestly, the whole Spotify thing. I think I'm gonna learn that. But anyways, so yeah, catch you around, Roses. Good night, everybody. Catch you around. Who is it? Catch you around, Skyer. It's nice when you're back. Dylan, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it, dude. Zaku, I hope you feel better. Yeah, I hope you feel better, Zaku. And text me some Japanese R&B. I'd be so to talk about that. Simply Deo, catch you around, dude. Catch you around, Skate Goon, if you're still here. Sam, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. It was good chatting with you. And Galaxy, I think already left. So yeah, that's everyone that's in chat right now. But yeah, so I'll catch y'all around. Thanks for hanging out. We'll stream again on Sunday. And yeah, look out for an email from me if you're in the Monster Kingdom or Kaiju Club. I think I have links in the description. I think everyone here, we already know. I'm preaching the choir, but yeah. But yeah, so I guess you'll technically hear from me between that, and then Sunday we'll stream again. But yeah, have a good night, Dylan. Good night, Video. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.